What is a Farmers League? How many years, how many decades have we heard about the Premier League being the peak of football leagues? The amount of stands that this league has, the amount of gassing up they do for this league is something I've never seen before. Not even prime Serie A or prime La Liga had this amount of gas because I think this is the best the Premier League has ever been. Not even Ferguson's United, not even Wenger's invincible Arsenal, not even those eras compared to this level of play that we're seeing in 2024. However, only a perfect Liverpool led by Klopp managed to get one title out of City. If that title does not happen, City go 7 out of 7. They do a Juventus, they do a Bayern on this league. That's 1 year away from becoming a full-on Farmers League. I don't think the Premier League is a Farmers League simply because my definition of Farmers League is a league dominated by only one team where the rest do not even compare. The Premier League has been dominated mostly by just one team. However, the competition is still great. Klopp's Liverpool were very close to City. However, City is just better. Arsenal under Arteta are doing the best they've ever been. This is the second best season of all time in terms of points. However, it's still not good enough to be you can say, weaker City than last year. You can say 115, whatever you want, sure. But Chelsea just spent 1 billion in about 2 transfer windows, and they don't even make UCL spots. Manchester United has spent a ridiculous amount of money, and they haven't won a major title in about a decade. Pep has spent a good amount of money compared to Chelsea and United. They're top three for most spent, with Arsenal closely falling behind. But the amount of success that Pep has with that money is the difference. You can say all you want, and I agree that Man City are fraudulent in terms of how they were built, how they were funded and created. However, the amount of money that City have spent is not atrocious compared to the competition. It's basically on par with them. On the other hand, the success they've had is, you can say, miles ahead of any other Premier League team. So you can't just put it all on money. That's just dumb. That's not how football works. We've seen that with PSG. We've seen that with so many teams, so many examples. You need a project. You need a structure. You need an idea, and you follow it. And that is why Man City under Pep are so successful. Pep has brought in his Barcelona management, Chiki Bersikistan, all the men that he had behind him at Barcelona who trusted him, who gave him what he wanted. The biggest reason why Man City are so successful is because the owner decided, hey, I do not know what I'm doing. I do not know about running a football club. I'm going to get the best manager who has had the most success recently, and I'm going to give him everything he wants. And that's what he did. That is the single most important decision the Man City owner could ever do, something that Al-Khalifi couldn't do with PSG. He wanted to take full control. He wanted the superstars. He wanted this, that, and the other. And he failed. He simply failed. Man City owners betted on Pep. Al-Khalifi betted on himself. And he's simply not good enough. Join that with a club whose media is nowhere near as toxic as the Barcelona media or even the Bayern media. So he has full reign and time to build his team, not get criticized for making mistakes, and simply lead the project in peace. And because of that, Pep is allowed to continue with his ideals, his style of management in peace. He doesn't have to deal with pressure. He doesn't have to change things because external media believes this is better or that is better. It doesn't have expectations because Man City did not have the type of success Barcelona or Bayern had before him. It is perfect for Pep. It's a perfect environment. He's allowed to spend any money he can to get new people in whenever he wants, because if somebody is proving difficult for Pep to manage, like Cancelo, simply get rid of him, get somebody in. He has the money, he has the power, he has the trust, he has the fans backing him. Pep is unquestionable at Man City. He's the boss. And that power a manager has allows him to do anything he wants, allows him to practice his idea. And when that happens, no matter what ideal, you have success. But join that with being one of the smartest football people we've ever met. with one of the most proven league-type management we've ever seen is the possession-based attacking, and you get success like this. You get 6-7, you get 4 in a row, you get 100 points, you get 90 plus points every single season. This is the type of stuff we're talking about. This is why I believe Rosell ruined Barcelona, kicking Cruyff out, kicking Pep Guardiola out. No, it wasn't because he was tired. It was because the media pressured him into quitting because of their own goals. It is political. The rabbit hole goes very deep, and basically it was a matter of Laporta wanted Pep, Rosell, Bartomeu, they wanted the superstars. We all know where this went. If Pep were to maintain his position at Barcelona, Barcelona would pretty much be what Man City is today. We would not have this downfall with Pep. 1,000,000,000% we would not. That is not to say that Arsenal did not do well. Guys, it's one of the best seasons of Arsenal's history. How bad do you have to feel for them? I see so much Arsenal hate for no reason. I understand the fans are a little bit cocky. I understand their part, sure. But like, you have to feel for them. They did everything right. They did nothing wrong. They did everything perfect. They could not be better. But City is basically the Avengers in Endgame. They just do everything correct. Winning gene, that experience, that quality they have, mix it all together, and it's just win in the last like few months compared to Arsenal, who pretty much won everything besides one game in the last few months. But that is not enough for a Premier League led under Pep Guardiola, who I think is the best manager of all time, who I think is the best Premier League manager of all time now. He only lacks an invincible season, and I think he's going to do 5 in a row. If Pep gets an invincible season in this current era of football, the Premier League, I can't call it the Farmers League. I simply cannot call it because the quality is too great to be called a Farmers League. It doesn't compare to PSG having competitions like Monaco, Marseille, Lyon, Lille, stuff like that, or Bayern before Leverkusen, whose only competition was Dortmund. We know what happened with them. It's not the same thing. The opponents are great. It's just the team on top is just way too efficient in a league format. They just cannot be beaten easily. You have to be above perfect because they're always going to be perfect. And that is simply too hard to do. I have a very scary prediction that Pep will do even more in this Premier League. I think he's going for 10. I'll be honest with you. I don't see Pep leaving. There's rumors that he's going to join Barcelona when his contract ends. I am 90% sure that will not happen. I think Pep is just playing on the contract because he wants to motivate his players. We've seen what happened when he renewed his contract. There was a dip in performances a while back. I think he knows that he has to wait, make his players perform better before he renews. There's no reason for him to come to Barcelona with all that pressure, all that headache. The team is in shambles. He already achieved the greatness over there. Why come back and potentially ruin your legacy? Deal with all the media hate, all the circus that's going on right now there. Just stay at Man City, keep dominating, keep getting trophies, furthering your legendary status. Pep, like, just go for 10. Just go for 10 Premier Leagues. Why not? Make it an even number. Go for maybe one more Champions League, maybe another treble. Who knows? Not impossible. They will have to improve a little bit, but it is not impossible. As a Pep fan, I'm glad this is happening because it furthers his legend. I'm not a Man City fan. As soon as Pep leaves this team, I hope they crumble. I hope they never win a single title again. But if the Premier League really wants to stop this domination, to stop the league being, you can say, boring, then they really have to go on City for those 115 charges, and they have to hurt them legally. They cannot hurt them sporting wise. They are too perfect. They are way too ahead of everybody. Even if they lose one year, they will come back the next and win again. I promise you. They will not have a 2-3 year drought under Pep and under this management. Absolutely not. It's impossible. Once Pep sees there is an issue, he will simply replace them. He has that power here, and it's simply impossible to consistently beat these guys. When your closest challengers this year are basically the dollar store version of you and your team, and your previous rival's best manager, the only guy who's able to beat you, is leaving, who's going to challenge you? Ten Hag? Man United? Please. Chelsea? Pochettino hasn't won a single trophy in his career. He managed to lose a trophy with PSG. Do you know how hard that is to lose with PSG? Pep is dominating this league for the next 5 years whenever he stays. After that, you can have your time. But Pep, I guarantee you, is going for 10. And he's renewing that contract 1 billion%. There is zero chance Pep does not renew with Man City. If you're a Liverpool fan, Arsenal fan, United fan, Chelsea fan, I mean, Spurs fan is no difference really, but be very scared. The Premier League is heading for a very, very boring few years. La Liga would never. Prime Serie A would never. That's all I'm saying. Tip your heads out, man. Peace out.